Hi, it's Hannah. Thank you for watching. I love to talk about perfume, and this is the monthly rotation for the month of November. I did have to think about what month it was for a second there, but yes, month of November. Finally got cold here, but still not as cold as it usually is in Calgary this time of year. Usually we have, I feel like, more snow on the ground. We are doing our winter driving, but this November has been warmer than it normally is, and that's okay with me. As you can see, the sun is shining today. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Let's talk about the perfumes that I wore and thought about and engaged with in the month of November. As usual, we are starting the rotation with something that is scented but not necessarily perfume. In this case, it is this Vetiver mango candle from Zara Home. Yes, sometimes I shop at Zara Home because I really like the aesthetic, and you can buy stuff online. And I swear, half the time, half my order comes out broken, and then I have to take pictures of it and request a refund because they don't put bubble wrap or anything. They just like crumple up some paper and then hope that things make it to you unscathed, and that rarely ever happens. But when I buy the candles do come in one piece, so at least there's that. Everything else goes back, and then the candle gets to stay. And this was a candle from a summer collection that they launched. It's called La Gelateria, so kind of invoking gelato shops in Milan specifically. And if you've watched my videos before, I love Milan. I've been twice and enjoyed my time there every single time. I feel like it's one of the overlooked Italian cities that people put on their list of places to visit, but I highly recommend going if you want a place that's in Italy and still has lots of history and art, but a more low-key, not as touristy type of vibe. Anyways, so this candle is, it's called Vetiver Mango. It was okay. I wouldn't buy it again. I like the aesthetic. I like that the jar looks like a gelato cup. The candle did smell amazing when it wasn't lit, so it did smell like mango gelato. It really did invoke that. It had a zinginess to it and a freshness to it. It wasn't overly sweet, which was a relief. But when I lit it, yeah, it kind of smelled like mango, but it also had like a leathery type of undertone, and that's not really what I wanted to scent my kitchen with. So I definitely am not gonna buy this one again. It was sold out for a while, but I see that it has been restocked, and I think the aesthetic is really beautiful and probably appeals to a lot of people, but I myself am not gonna buy this particular candle. I might try other Zara candles, but yeah, definitely not this one. So that is my thing that is scented but not perfume. Let me know if you've tried any of the Zara candles and you have any recommendations for me, because I probably will grab another one the next time I am placing an order for something in my house. Now, let me talk about some of the perfumes that I wore in the month of November. Like I mentioned, it finally got a little bit cooler here, and the perfume that I reached for that I was really looking forward to wearing in this weather was Grand Soir by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is probably known to everybody that's watching. This is a well-loved, well-known perfume. It is almost a reference amber for some people because it does have this really beautiful jammy labdanum, patchouli, vanilla kind of dry down. It is something that really sticks to your clothing and your skin, and is just well crafted. It seems simplistic, but it is so well done, and it's almost like these perfumes that people really love, that you see people talk about again and again and again. There is something to them. There is a reason that people gravitate towards them, and that's because even after trying so many other things, they kind of just stand the test of time. This is one of those things. And I was saying that to a friend of mine. I was like, this is just so good. And there's a reason that people really love it. And she said, yeah, it's like, you know, cliches are cliches for a reason because they're sometimes true and there's no better way to say what they're saying. So believe it or not, I had, of course, tried Grand Soir before. I had put it on my skin in the store when I came across the bottle, and I always found it to be quite masculine in its opening. I think there's like a lavender note in here that's a little bit abrasive and not as realistic and smooth in the way that other fougères usually use lavender. So I never really ever wanted a bottle because I found that I couldn't really wear it. And then in the first couple weeks of November, I wore this a lot. I enjoyed wearing it, and it got to the point where I even became a little bit anosmic to it. I found that I was wearing 3 or 4 or 5 sprays when in the past I know that I've only worn 1 spray and I've been able to smell it forever. I think the thing that is a little bit different maybe is that in this is an original travel spray, by the way. They come in sets of 3s. So I think that one of the things is that this version of it, whatever is in this bottle, is maybe not as strong as what I've tried in the past. I know people always say that. People always say things like, oh, what they have in testers is so much stronger than what you get when you buy it at home. Well, the tester bottle's probably been sitting there way longer than your travel sprays. I get the feeling that these travel sprays are quite popular, especially in this economy, because people don't have as much money to spend anymore and not everybody wants a big bottle of perfume. People often prefer the travel sizes because they can get a few, keep a few, and then they can also add other perfumes to their collection. People are just having more perfume these days also. So I did feel like this wasn't as strong as what I've tried in the past. I don't think they've changed the formula. I just think it depends on the age of the tester and the age of whatever you're using. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't that strong, and so I could wear more of it. Of course, I've gotten older in the time that I've been trying this, so maybe, you know, my nose has also gotten older. I can't smell things as well as I could smell them before, maybe. Usually it is that the more you wear something, the more you become anosmic to it because your body, your nose is not perceiving it as a threat, and so it's not registering it as much, and you just get used to how things smell, and that's okay too. I still love Grand Soir. I did get a little bit sick of it. I remember wearing it one day and it didn't change on my skin the way it normally does. Maybe I was a little bit colder that day. I just felt like those top notes that are so masculine were sticking around way longer than I was expecting, and I didn't get to that ambery base that I love so much quick enough. So I probably won't be upgrading this bottle anytime soon, and I don't know. I loved it when I wore it, and then I kind of fell out of love with it too in just this month. I didn't even really wear it for very long. That is Grand Soir. I haven't really had that happen to me too much, but this is one of those times where it did. There are 3 other perfumes that I wore a lot of, and I won't talk about them too much in depth because I did just mention them in my Iris perfume video. One of them is Les Indomptables Iris Pearl. This one is maybe not what I was looking for in an Iris perfume, but I have to say that as I wore it and I thought about it and I talked about it, it really did grow on me. So that was that. I probably will not be ever getting a bottle of it, but I'm glad that I get to experience it, and I still have quite a bit left. So wore tons of that. Melt My Heart by Strangelove Perfumes. I love this. I will keep wearing it, and I highly recommend it. This is, you know, one of the best perfumes I tried all year, I would say. This is up there with like Hermes Paddock in my opinion, for me, in terms of things that I tried this year and discovered and just fell in love with. So that's Melt My Heart. And then Iris Veil by Zara. I'm holding on to my bottle. This was a blind buy. It is sweet and powdery and kind of musky in the dry down, which I really appreciate. It's not very strong, which again, immediately makes it better for me because I don't like things that are super strong. And so yeah, I highly recommend getting this. I guess I mentioned 2 Zara things this video. So the candle and the perfume. I know people kind of dismiss Zara and cheaper brands, but there is a place for high and low, and if you are looking for the best things, I think they can exist at every price point. So if you're looking for something fun, easy to wear, then I really like this one. So get this. And Zara has this habit of discontinuing stuff, so they're probably going to have this for the year, and then next year there's going to be a different Iris perfume that's available, and for the people that love Iris, then they will want to get it, and you'll probably almost hopefully be done this bottle or sick of this scent profile, and then you can go on to whatever else is trending next year. So I love that. And that is Iris Veil by Zara. The last bottle from my collection, I'm also not going to talk about too much because I have mentioned it before. This is Prada Day for Night. This is my reference benzoin perfume. I can wear it at any time. It's powdery, it's warm, it's a little bit vanillic, and again, it's not very strong, so I do spray it quite heavily. This is from the Les Olfactories collection by Prada, and it's only available at Prada boutiques or at nicer department stores. I saw the whole lineup in Italy when I was there, and so I think it's very easily available in Europe, but not so easily available here. If you're looking for an easy, straightforward benzoin to wear, try this one because it's pretty good, and I just find myself missing it when I don't wear it. So that is Day for Night by Prada. Finally, there are 3 perfume samples that I have been testing out this month, and those are by this brand, Artimique. These were sent to me. This is an Italian brand. It's Venetian, but I was a little bit confused because the like it just seems so French. Like everything about it seems a little French. They're called Parfum Artimique, so I guess they're trying to appeal to perfume lovers that are looking for niche perfume in maybe a more traditional European style. It's really too bad because I think that Italy has its own perfume culture and its own style of making certain perfumes and certain perfume accords that stands on its own legs, and I don't think they need to necessarily look towards France or anywhere else to validate their own style of perfume. I really did enjoy sampling this perfume line, and I'm going to continue to do that. I have Shower and Smoke, Philtre d'Ombre, and Jasmine Gyokoru. I'll start with Jasmine Gyokoru. This one is a jasmine perfume that also has a bit of a tea note in it. And jasmine perfumes are a little bit difficult to do well because I feel like there's so many of them out there. A lot of people are not into jasmine because it can lean very indolic, which is when it kind of smells like mothballs or something like that. But this one does not go in that direction. This is more of a watery, fresh, vacation type of jasmine. I don't want to say that it's beachy because I'm not getting a lot of beachiness from it, but I am getting something that really reminds me of a vacation to a beautiful island. So maybe you're in Hawaii and this is the type of jasmine that you're smelling. That would be Jasmine Gyokoru. Now it does open with a tea note, and the tea that's used here is a green tea. It's quite light and keeps things a little bit fresh. There is jasmine in here, and the jasmine is blended with a tiare note, which again is adding to that vacation type of feel. I feel like it's fresh and easygoing and lighthearted. I actually have a friend that really loves Hawaii, and she has all these perfumes that remind her of Hawaii, or hand creams or things that remind her of Hawaii. And I'm gonna actually give this sample to her because I think that she would really enjoy it. If you're looking for a perfect jasmine that's still lighthearted and easy to wear and doesn't go into that old school kind of big floral territory that jasmine can kind of go into, then I highly recommend trying this one. This is so niche, I don't even know where you can get it, but I did have a Google and you can order samples online. So have a look at this if you're looking for a nice jasmine. I really enjoy it. I like wearing it, but I'm also looking forward to sharing it with a friend that loves these vacation type of perfumes. It's not necessarily beachy because there's no sand, there's no sunscreen. We're not going that direction. This is like being in a lush vacation type of garden, and Hawaii is really what comes to mind. It kind of reminds me of the Frangipani hand cream from Bath and Body Works. Like I feel like I'm wearing that hand cream and then I've sprayed myself with some type of jasmine perfume, and I'm like walking at nighttime and I can smell the beautiful jasmine that's blooming at nighttime, because that is when you get the scent of those jasmine flowers. So really like that one. The next one that I loved trying was Philtre d'Ambre. This one is a great amber, but I mean, I have so many ambers in my collection that honestly I find it difficult to be wowed by any one amber. I like this one because there's a saltiness to it, and I really love when Italian ambers go into that salty territory, and usually they use ambergris to do that. I don't see ambergris listed in a note, so I'm not going to say that it's in here, but this does kind of lean in a less vanilla direction and goes in a more salty, interesting kind of direction. And there's so many notes that are listed here. I mean, of course, we've got patchouli and benzoin. That's usually in an amber. Labdanum, Peru balsam, which is something that you might have smelled in Shalimar if you've smelled Shalimar before. And then there's also myrrh and musk and other things. I mean, this was lovely and easy to wear. I did spray some on today. Lovely and easy to wear, but also smells like so many other things. I mean, I pulled out day for night and I could easily wear this every day. Grand Soir I wore a ton of, and I don't really think that this beats Grand Soir if I was comparing the two. So I probably won't be adding a bottle of this to my collection, but it's a lovely amber. So if you're looking for a good amber and you see this, try it, because you're going to enjoy wearing it. It is really, really nice. But does it wow all the other ambers that I have and that I've tried? Probably not. So that was Philtre d'Ambre. Liked that. Oh, the one thing I wanted to mention about Philtre d'Ambre, they've listed one of the notes as Venetian churches, which I think is really cute and funny and interesting. And Venice Lagoon, so I don't know how they're getting that lagoon type of feel, but maybe that's the saltiness that I'm smelling. I like that they've added a bit of something interesting to the note description here. You are supposed to think of a smoky kind of church. I don't really get that. I'm not getting that church vibe, which is a little bit more austere. I'm getting more, I don't know, skin-like type of musks that are coming out in Philtre d'Ambre. I really like it. I just am not moved by it as much as I would hope. Shower and Smoke, the freshest of the three. This has vetiver in it. It has cardamom in it. It opens up quite citrusy. The smoke aspect, I don't really get. I get a woodiness that's coming from maybe cedar. This is maybe a more masculine, freshy type of perfume. It wasn't one that I would necessarily gravitate towards, but it would be one that I would want to smell in the summer, or if I was hoping to smell fresh and clean, then this would be one that I would reach for. So that one is Shower and Smoke by Artimique. That is it for me today. I feel like I maybe haven't talked about as many things as I normally talk about, but that's okay. This is actually just what I wore, and the Iris perfumes I already talked about, so I don't want to repeat myself too much. Yeah, I haven't really been looking for anything else to add to my collection at this point, and if I do, it'll have to be something that is really wowing me. One of the things that I've wanted to do is reduce my bottle count to less than 90, and I think that's a little bit difficult to do because when I end up decluttering something, I just end up buying something new. So it's really hard to get under that number, and I really value a nice tight edit when it comes to a collection because I think it shows restraint and that you're focusing on just the things that you really enjoy and not just collecting for the sake of collecting. So trying to get that number down to a more manageable number. Not that it matters, nobody really cares, but I care. So I'm just sharing that, and that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you're sampling. Let me know what your thoughts are about Grand Soir or Iris perfumes or Artimique if you've tried them. And there's one perfume in the Artimique collection that I don't have a sample of. That's okay. Maybe the next time I'm in Italy, whenever that is, I'll get to check them out in person. But for now, I'm just here and I'm looking forward to seeing what December brings. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.